He's got a puppy? What's Kafka going to say? Mr. H, friends, reactions, USA. Laurence Brown has just got a puppy. Like, subscribe. Let's get on with the video.
Well, as you can see, the rumours are true. This week, my wife and I inherited 77 new chores in the form of this little animal. Say hello to Arthur. And you're probably thinking, Laurence, we have so many questions, and I'm going to try and answer them all here with a little help from my friend. He probably won't do anything.
I wonder how Kafka is going to react. I know our cat Fusa wouldn't react too kindly to a puppy.
But before we get into dogs, if you're new to this channel and haven't had a chance to subscribe yet, do that now. So this is the first time that I've ever adopted a dog. I grew up with a dog in England, but we got that before I was born, so I had no part in that process. This was an interesting thing. We turned up to an animal shelter here in the Chicagoland area, and I was taken by all of them. I mean, every dog that I went to, I said, yep, that's the one, that's the one, that's the one, that's the one. And I just felt bad for leaving all of them behind. In other words, I wanted to take them all home and house them here in this house, but my wife nixed the idea, so we ended up with Arthur instead.
Arthur, what a lovely name.
What were some of the reasons that we went with Arthur? I have a couple. Firstly, he's a black dog.
Good doggy.
One of the things that I noticed as we were walking around the animal shelter is that about 50% of the dogs in there were black. And I asked a member of staff, I said, why are most of the dogs in here black? And they said, well, because humans tend not to choose the black dogs. And I was, why not? Some suggest that this is to do with the superstition angle, you know, that people are superstitious of black cats and that extends to dogs. The other
No. Regular viewers will know Fusa is a black cat. She is amazing. She is awesome.
is when you go to those cages and there's a black dog and then a not black dog, the not black dog tends to stand out from the darkness, so they just get chosen more readily. So we made this decision based on that knowledge to sort of gravitate toward black dogs instead, because a lot of them just don't get adopted. So once we made that decision, it was a case of a couple of things. Firstly, there's absolutely loads of black dogs here. How do we choose which one is the best for our home? So we got to meet with a few of them, and the thing that really stood out to me about Arthur is that when they rang the dinner bell, or the equivalent thereof, at the shelter, all of the dogs were barking like madmen, and he wasn't.
Oh my days, our first dog was a dog called Sammy. We adopted from the RSPCA, and exactly the same thing happened. All the dogs went absolutely mad, and Sammy just sort of sat there all like nice and quiet and was just like, and all the other ones were going mad. That's why my parents chose him.
Just sort of stood there and looked out and went, what is all this malarkey about, you know, but in dog language.
Yes, oh, we see you.
Sorry everyone for the voice.
That's kind of how I was at school, when all of the other kids were vying for attention by being as loud as they possibly could. I was there observing everybody, you know, not in a weird way, just in a way that said, I'm not sure I belong here. I want to go to a happier place where I can work by myself. And that seemed to be the feeling that he was giving off. So we had a little meeting with him in a side room, and one of the first things he did was pee all over the floor. So that should have been a bad sign, that we shouldn't be adopting this one. But for some reason, it was a good sign. It said to me, all right, if you're okay peeing in front of me now, that's good. We can bond over this and train you out of it.
Yeah.
The second thing he did was he walked in between my legs and then in between Tara's legs, my wife, and just kept doing that. It's like his thing. And since we got him home, that's what he does. He just runs between our legs, and it is one of the most adorable things on the planet. Since we got him home, he has peed on the floor a couple of times, especially last night. So we tried to take him outside and enforce sort of positive behavior. He didn't really pee much last night outside. We took him for walks. But what we've learned to do today is that once he has peed, is to give it a few hours. They say that with a puppy of his age, which is about 4 months old, is to just leave it a few hours and then maybe try again. And so after he peed in his cage, we took him out initially just for a walk this morning. That's what we're going to do every morning. He didn't pee. He didn't go to the toilet outside. So we brought him back and played with him. Then he went back into his cage for a little bit because he's being crate trained as we speak. Then at about 10 o'clock, we said, well, let's take him out into the yard and we'll decide on a place that we'll go to every day at that time.
You've gone to the grass.
Oh, goodness.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
We get the leash the wrong way, don't we? It's okay. Oh. Good doggy. You're good.
It's funny with animals. I won't keep pausing, but we all put that little voice on. Oh, giggle, giggle. Come here, my little boy. Ooh. So I'm getting excited.
Good doggy. You're good doggy. Didn't you go pee? You just went and did a big steamy piss.
And I've never applauded somebody so much for urinating in public. It felt weird, but it felt right. I even gave him a treat.
Uh-oh, he's discovered the toilet roll.
One of the other questions that you are asking at this moment in time is, Laurence, what breed is he? And the answer to that question is somewhat unclear because it was from a shelter. They're not always entirely certain of the breed. But the notice that came with him says that he is a Border Collie mix. And I do see certain elements in him that do suggest a Border Collie connection, which could mean that he's easier to train and that we should get some sheep. That might not be in my future. I have to talk to the wife and probably the city of Chicago and my conscience.
You're so cute. Should we show them how cute you are? You want to run around? We saw a bunny earlier, didn't we? And you were prepared to let that bunny live.
Only because you fenced in.
Where are we going to go? Where are we going to go? Do we want to go this way? You want to go this way? You're such a good doggy. You're such a good doggy. Now I want to go this way. Doing it again, you're going to trip me up. You're going to trip me up. You want to say hello to all of your adoring fans? You do, don't you? You want to say hello to all.
Laurence, you have to do an Instagram page.
All your adoring fans, they love you.
And you may well be asking, how is he doing with the cat?
Yeah.
And that's not the question you should be asking. The question you should be asking is, how is the cat doing with him? Because this one's really mellow. I think he's going to be okay around Kafka. But the truth is, in these early days, we have to separate them. So they haven't formally met yet. But our cat is keenly aware that something's going on. That's the fact that he's been sniffing around all of the areas where this one's been sitting.
Yeah.
So be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram to get the video of when they first officially meet.
Oh, yeah.
Lead the way. What's through here? What's through here? Oh, good doggy.
Yeah.
Good doggy.
Oh.
Doggies, you're great. You like going in there, don't you? You like going in and out of it. And being in the kitchen, around us, around this big stack of food, even though you prefer wet. And my toast is ready.
Yay.
Is it okay if I get my toast? I'll take that as a yes. What are you doing in there?
And finally, why Arthur? You might be thinking, ooh, Laurence, it's after Arthur Dent in The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, or it's after the legend
King Arthur, yeah.
Given that I'm related to both, either would be a plausible answer. But the truth is, Arthur is my dad's middle name, and my grandfather's first name. It runs in the family. So really, it's just a way of keeping the fine tradition of Arthur's going, though I can't guarantee this one will go into accountancy.
Oh my days, what a bloody lovely, lovely little dog Arthur is. Guys, let us know in the comments below, do you have pets? Are you a dog person or are you a cat person? Or do you love both? I was brought up with dogs, but since Mrs. H and I got together, she has Fuza, a cat, and Fuza has completely won me over. So I love dogs, I love cats equally. Beautiful, beautiful animals. If you are new to the channel and you like reaction videos, then please subscribe and join our family. Like this video. Do something amazing today. I bloody love you, and all that leaves me to say is take care, God bless, and see y'all in the next video.